5 years. 5 years locked away during the years that are supposed to define you, shape you, build you into who you are meant to become. Instead, those years were spent behind walls, under section, imprisoned during my late teens while the world outside kept moving without me. The system did not just fail me, it consumed me, stripped away my youth, and spat me out onto the other side with nothing but damage and unanswered questions. When I was finally released, I was placed on one of the most notorious roads in Oxfordshire, a stretch known throughout the county as the main artery for dealing, theft, prostitution, and every kind of criminal activity you can imagine. For someone carrying a schizophrenia diagnosis and a growing addiction problem, that environment was not a fresh start. It was a trap dressed up as freedom. He was just buried. Benefits coming in and dealers on every corner. What more could a young man just released from years of institutional living ask for? That thinking tells you everything about the state I was in. I spiraled quickly back into Class A substances deeper than before, because now there were no walls stopping me. The addiction tightened its grip fast, but somewhere underneath all of it, underneath Slater the acid stacker, underneath the criminal lifestyle and the street corners, there was still a version of me that remembered being Stephen, the grade A student who had a future mapped out ahead of him. The moment came when I had simply had enough. Not a dramatic rock-bottom moment, just a quiet internal decision that I was done. I voluntarily admitted myself as an inpatient into a mental health and addictions rehabilitation facility. That single choice changed the entire direction of my life. Inside, I did not just recover, I became active. I became the service users chairman of the Oxford City Community Mental Health Team. I went on to train and work as a mental health mentor, a substance worker, and a youth worker, completing various college courses along the way. Each qualification, each role, each stage was me rebuilding something that the system had tried to permanently dismantle. My life has played out in chapters, each one with its own name. Stephen was the student with potential. Slater was the one running wild, chasing highs and taking risks. Slim was the one sick on section, dealing on streets, surviving by any means necessary. Then came Fatty Smalls, the lyricist, the one who found that words and rhythm could carry weight that nothing else could. Music became the thread connecting all these versions of me. Through factory work, through hustling, through still using Class A substances just to cope with the noise inside my head, music was always there. It was the one constant that none of the chaos could take away. Over 5 years, working in factories and grinding through every difficult day, I saved £25,000. Every note put aside with a purpose. I invested every penny into building Slaterville Studios, my recording studio, my sanctuary, the physical proof that everything I had been through had not been wasted. I have blown a lot of money in my life. I have lost time, relationships, and opportunities that most people take for granted. I do not have a wife, children, or a car. But I have my studio. I have my memories. I have skills forged through experiences that most people will never come close to understanding. Now I step fully into the identity that feels most true. Topcat Act Slim, producer. Not just a name, but a declaration of survival and evolution. The next chapter is about creating sounds that have never been heard before, collaborating with artists who carry their own stories, and using Slaterville Studios as the place where raw talent meets real experience. Recording, producing, promoting, this is the work now. Every version of me, Stephen, Slater, Slim, Fatty Smalls, all of them built this moment. And this moment is just the beginning.